Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's SemafConDP coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be an episode of Brave Noob World here between Simon and SemafConDP on Glittering Ashes. This Terran has a Zerg spray in his arsenal. So bottom left here, we have SemafConDP. We're going to call him Sema, I think. Or Semaf, and on the top right, we have Simon. So it's a PvT for you. One of these players sent the replay to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description with the subject of Brave Noob World. Just make sure, if you want me to cast your Brave Noob World replay, it is either Bronze or Silver League, because that is Brave Noob World. If it's higher than that, then it's Midrank Madness, and if it's Masters or GM, go ahead and send it to me, and I will see if I will cast it at falconpaladin@gmail.com. But again, anything lower than Master, send it to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description with the subject of Brave Noob World or Midrank Madness. All right, man. So, wow. So 2 supply depots first, and then 2 barracks and a refinery. All right. And what is the Protoss player doing here? Gateway first. Okay, into Forge and into a defensive photon cannon. All right, so this is Brave Noob World for sure. If you're struggling with your early game, Brave Noob Worlders, go ahead and check out spawningtool.com. All right, spawningtool.com, and click on build orders at the top. Choose your favorite race, and they will have a build order for you. So there's no reason to get a cannon this early, let alone 2 cannons this early. But if you're worried about Reapers or Marines and stuff, and you scout it, then okay. Cannons are okay. Shield batteries are good. Stalkers are good. Adepts are especially good. And we've got a Reaper being trained here, and also a Marine. Okay, so diversifying your army. Semaf. Double gas as well. And overall, I think we're good to go. Got another cannon. Wow, way back here. Like, this is a cannon if you're worried about a Liberator showing up and causing problems or something like Banshees, but that is, we are ways off from that. Like, you really don't have to worry about Liberators or Banshees until about 5.5 minutes if you're a Protoss against a Terran. On the other side, there's nothing in the bunker. Is this Reaper moving out? Where is my Reaper at? Here's my Reaper. We have a Reaper name. So this Reaper's name is Colonel Panic. He's an officer for the Dominion fleet who specialized in crazy tactics, like moving his entire base in the middle of the night to confuse his foes. Unfortunately, moving bases like this costs a lot of fuel, and fuel costs money, but Colonel Panic refused to see the error of his ways. In order to teach him a lesson, Emperor Arturus Kmensk sacked him of his position and threw him into the Reaper program, where he continues to strain the Dominion's efforts, and coffers rather, by using the most overbuilt jetpacks available to him. Look at him not dying either. He didn't die to that cannon. What a boss. Oh, shoot. Almost died to that cannon. Well, 3 shots off on the Forge are cool, because, again, there aren't any army units here. It's all cannons. It's 24 probes for Simon. Usually at 3.5 minutes, if there's 24 probes and nothing else for the Protoss, it means they're cannon rushing. But in this case, they're cannon defending, strangely enough. And then we're going to go for a Stargate. Okay, all right. I mean, Stargate not necessarily something that we see a whole lot in the opening for PvT, but a Void Ray can be really problematic if there aren't enough Marines to kill it, if there are no Cyclones, for example. But look at the factory on the way from Semaf here. I like it quite a bit. Robotics facility from Simon 2, and a second Stargate. Is he just going like... I mean, he's got a second base warping in, so 2 base carrier possibly. Simon's got 24 workers. Semaf has got 18 workers, so nice little income advantage here for sure from Simon. Although mules help with that, and there are mules getting tossed down by Semaf. That's nice. Always nice to see that happen. Engineering bay coming in. Maybe for turrets, if you're worried about things like oracles burning away your entire mineral line, or Void Ray showing up, turrets can be pretty good in that situation. And it is a Phoenix that he just chrono boost out. Another Phoenix being chrono boosted out here. So, like a mass Phoenix play. We see that in PvP sometimes. We do see it against Zerg too, but fairly rare to have it against a Terran, just because missile turrets are so good against Phoenix. They have that extra range, and they're just beautiful that way. Marines are really good against Phoenix too. Thors are good against Phoenix. There's a lot of good answers to Phoenix if you're a Terran player, which is why we don't generally see them. But you know what? The lower leagues, you can get away with stuff because people don't necessarily know the correct counters to deal with what you're trying to kill them with, right? Like the lower league players will see 8 Phoenix show up and be like, what do I even do about this? And then die. But somebody like Maru would be like, I made 8 Phoenix, look at my 37 Marines. All of your Phoenix are dead now, right? Or just turrets in strategic positions, which there's a nice turret here from Semaf. I like that a lot. And same thing in the natural mineral line. He's died to air stuff before, that's for sure. So this is the 5.5 minute 5 Marine attack, which there's reinforcements coming in. No, they're not. They're going home because there are 2 cannons and a shield battery here. And these Marines have combat shield, no other upgrades. They don't have stim. They don't have any medevacs to heal them. Nothing of the sort. But we do get a cyclone out. All right. Man, look at him being ready for incoming air stuff here for Semaf. Extra turrets coming in. He's had warp prisms show up and like warping 18 zealots into his base before. And he's trying to prevent that from happening. He's had oracles cruising too, cause a lot of problems. Ooh, the Phoenix, are they going to get here before these turrets finish? That is a race that we're looking at right now. Oh, and the Phoenix aren't actually darting in. Okay, so they're going to wait long enough for these turrets to finish, which is honestly pretty good manner of them. And then there's a probe down here. I don't know what that's for. Bruh. I mean, killing this SCV, building this turret would be awesome. There we go. A little bit slowing lift and kill here. But now there's a turret that is done. Man, see that range and how much they damage these suckers. Yeah, so the Phoenix are going to try to get some stuff done here, but... Oh, maybe don't. Oh, killing the Phoenix. Another Phoenix goes down. This is, again, why we don't generally see Phoenix against Terran in general, is because of that. It's just the turrets hit them hard, the Marines hit them hard. It's 18 to 28, or rather, yeah, 18 to 20 army supply in favor of Semaf here. It's like, well, I got some cannons. I got siege tanks, though. And by siege tanks, I mean 1 siege tank. And a Cyclone, which is good at dealing with cannons, too, because it can outrange it if you micro properly. Colossus on the way, a fleet beacon warping in here from Simon, extra shield batteries. Trying to defend with pretty much a sky army here. His entire army consists of 2 Void Rays and 2 Phoenix. He should not... There is no way that Simon should be winning this game. 0% way. Oh, the lock on almost gets that Phoenix. The tank firing. The Void Ray trying to kill it. Tank firing here. Marines taking down cannons, but the Colossus shows up. Pull back. Oh, your Marines are not doing very well here. The tank fire on the Colossus is good. Draining a lot of energy off of these shield batteries for sure. His 1 medevac died. The Phoenix tries to lift the tank and does so temporarily, but another tank is here. This is looking so tough for Simon. Look at this micro, though. He's got 8 kills on this Colossus, but 2 siege tanks. Those Void Rays, they take down 1. They get 1 of the tanks. Okay, very nice. This is actually decent micro out of Simon. Both players actually are doing a good job, not just A-moving their way into death here, because I think that's what happened if they both went for the A move. So they're very intelligently pulling back when they need to. And that is a dead siege tank, but also a Void Ray dies. And another, no, shield battery saves its butt there, but there's nothing else here. Void Ray dies. Oh, no. Colossus, save us. Oh, focus is down. Or the Cyclone. The Cyclone died. Dude, this Colossus is a hero of ire. Look at this thing. Got 17 kills. 17 kill Colossus there. That's his entire army, by the way. He's got 37 probes and 1 Colossus. I mean, Semaf's not been doing much better, actually. He only has a Thor and a handful of Marines here. Making additional medevacs would be incredible. Tank goes into single target damage mode. Got a 3rd base here, but only has 23 SCVs. So you'll notice here, if you have the setting turned on, which it is by default, then you can see how many workers are ideal for this base, and it's 16. If you only have 8 here, your income is not going to be as good. And only 3 here is really bad, too. So, if nothing else, if you're watching this and you're trying to get better at StarCraft 2, then definitely be working on, you know, making probes and pylons, SCVs, and supply depots, drones and overlords. It's a little different for Zerg, but at least for Terran and Protoss, just never stop making supply depots or SCVs. And just make supply depots one at a time. Like, once one finishes, make another one. Another little Zerg icon spray there. I love that, by the way. I'd buy a shirt with that on it. Working on extended thermal lance for the, again, the two Colossus that exist, and we're making a carrier. Dude, I love this from Simon. This dude's like, you know what I need? Void Rays, Colossus, and carriers. That's my composition. If you missed the Mindrick Madness game from last week with the Swiss in it, it is equally a crazy Protoss composition that really should not work. I'm not going to tell you what happens, and I don't know what happens here either, but crazy compositions. I love it. This is why I like the lower level replays, is because you get stuff you don't get in the professional games. You just don't. You don't see compositions like mass Thors and a couple Marines against Protoss. Never. Because, you know why? Because Immortals exist, and Immortals crush Thors and eat them for breakfast. So, the other thing about the lower league games is that sometimes it just matters who has the most stuff. Like, Zerglings are really good against Marauders, but if somebody shows up with 30 Marauders and you have 10 Zerglings, the Marauders are going to win. It's just sheer numbers can win matchups that should not be won. So, like in this situation, I don't know. I kind of love the Thors here. The Colossus moderately suck against them. The Thors can single target damage down the carriers really effectively. And honestly, the Void Rays too. I kind of feel like Mass Thor just sort of wins, if that's what we're going for here. And it's definitely Thors, but also Vikings in production here too. And he does have 2 factories, but he's not running off of both of them because he doesn't have a ton of money because he only has the 33 SCVs. He's been building more SCVs, to his credit. He's, well, maybe. Maybe so? But I like the 4th base that Semaf has rolling here, so both players are expanding fairly well. I mean, Simon, he's long distance mining from the... He's protecting this 3rd like it exists, but it doesn't. He's only got 30-something workers, too, so he is fully saturated on 2 bases. But getting up to a 3rd base by 12 minutes is kind of a requirement here. All right, man. The Thors were pushing up that way, and then they scanned and saw Protoss stuff and said, we're out of here. I don't know that that was the right choice, actually. I mean, you're down 66 to 43 in army supply. True. Maybe additional Thor. I'm serious. Mass Thors would be killer good here. So, but for that, you need the more mineral income than you're getting now. So, extra SCVs, maybe actually using the energy for your mules a little more effectively. Man, did he pull all the SCVs off this base? He's got 2 workers for 5 mineral patches in the main base. And then 0 are... Oh, okay, so you need to pull some SCVs and put them on minerals. Is what you need to be doing here, friend. You can't... This gas is great, but also you need minerals. So 3rd base warping in here from Simon. He's just keeping with the theme. He's got Void Rays, carriers, and the 2 Colossus. He's going Sky Toss. A very interesting form of Sky Toss here today. If you missed the Morrow versus Creator Epic PVT that I put on the channel a few days ago, by all means, please go check it out. If you like to see carriers versus Terran, and who doesn't, really, it's a fairly rare treat, then by all means, check that one out. That is an insanely good game. Plus, there's a lot of nukes if you're into nukes. Wink, wink. Raven coming in. If we get adequate Raven usage in this game, I'm going to be shocked. Shocked and surprised. So the Phoenix are trying to get some stuff done, but the anti-air is pretty good. I mean, this is Semaf recognizing what he's up against and making things that are good against it. Vikings are amazing against carriers and Void Rays. Marines are good against carriers and Void Rays. If the Marines have upgrades, they're better. And they don't have any upgrades other than the combat shield. We're working on vehicle upgrades like crazy, but not so much for the Marines, which is fair. We only have 7 Marines, and those are not being produced anymore. So upgrades for the stuff you're making, I can support that for absolute 1,000,000,000% certain. Certain. Another Stargate, because why not? We're making carriers and we're making Void Rays today. We need more Stargates for that action. Worker count is 41 and 47. Semaf recognizes he needs more mineral income. Semaf gonna, or rather, Simon spending his money. Semaf's got a decent bank here, actually. Maybe he'll be okay. Tempest on the way here too. See, what I like about this too is, with weird compositions, it's hard for me to look at it and go, who's gonna win this? Sometimes it's like, well, again, I do feel like Mass Thor, if controlled properly, right, and if targeting the body of the carriers instead of targeting individual interceptors, which is not something we can take for granted in this game, and if the Vikings are attacking the bodies of the carriers and not the interceptors too, right? So if that happens, I think Semaf should be able to win this incoming battle, but right, it depends on control, and it depends on maybe what these Tempests are going to do with their range, because range can matter a lot here as well. So Semaf decides, all right, so we've got +1/1 on the Thors. It is 1/1 on the ground units, actually, for Simon. He doesn't have air attack upgrades. Okay, so that's not good at all. So he keeps scanning to see what he's dealing with here. And he's going for it, man. Here we go. And look at the damage output. Oh my gosh, draining. Draining so much energy from those shield batteries. All right, let's go. An anti-armor missile. Semaf, I believe in you, Semaf. The Void Rays are prismatic aligning on the Thors, though, too. Oh my gosh. Is it enough to get through the Thors? The Thors are dying, but also the Void Rays are all gone now. Maybe focus on the Void Ray. That's your biggest threat here, not really the Tempest. Remember what I said about Thors here. Vikings helping too, showing up to the party. No, Colossus kind of tickle Thors here. What a beautiful attack. It's 58 to 29 army supply. The Thors are doing work. 5 kills, 4 kills, 2 kills here. Colossus are trying to deal with this. No, that's not happening. Look at them. Oh, wait. The cannons are actually doing more damage here, I think, than anything else. The cannons are actually... The cannons help Simon, like, not die here. Unlike this Colossus is totally dead. And single target mode. Focus on... I mean, honestly, killing shield batteries, there's no shame in that, man. Just keep sending reinforcements across. Why are you going home? Dude, he just decided to throw up 1,000,000 sensor towers everywhere. Everywhere he's got sensor towers. He's sending his units to convene on these poor Phoenix that they know they're getting scanned. So they're trying to get out of here. Phoenix trying to get some stuff done here, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, you can damage through the healing of a shield battery with a Thor with +1 attack. Not bad. He's trying to depower all this stuff. Okay. All right, but he loses a Thor. Okay. Look at him targeting pylons. Not too shabby. I don't know if these Phoenix are going to be able to do it all. So Simon's having a hard time. He's building Tempest. Oh my gosh, the Void Ray count is massive here. All right, so the Void Rays with Prismatic Alignment on should be able to handle this, or even without, which they don't have on at all, actually. So never mind. Goodbye, Thors. But I like that Semicomp is continuing to expand. I mean, I feel like you're gonna be... Wow. Semaf needs to be promoted here, I think. Just his expansion timings are okay. They're better than Silver and Bronze. Simon's finally getting a 4th base at 19 minutes, but Semaf's been on, I mean, 4 bases forever. He's got a 5th base and a 6th base coming up simultaneously here on The Glittering Ashes. Simon says, you know what's still pretty good here is Void Rays. I can't necessarily say that I disagree with him on that count. What? Ghost Academies from Semaf? What? I mean, he did throw down an effective anti-armor missile in this game, so spellcasting is possibly not beyond him. Really, the only special ability we've seen from Simon today has been Prismatic Alignment, and only that one time. The second time there was the engagement, that didn't happen. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at. He's making another Raven. Look at him calling down mules to get that mineral income. Delicious. Deliciously good stuff here. So it's 82 to 77 supply. Simon has a lead. And his Void Ray count is at 8. And there are 7 Tempests. So it seems like Tempests are going to be the answer here, which I don't agree with. I just think Thors do a great job with Tempests. They have that range. They have that great big single target damage attack. Semaf spends all of his money to queue up a bunch of turrets here, which, okay, better than not making them, I guess. But also, if you queue up a bunch of turrets like this, then it takes your money, hoards it away. You can't spend it on anything. And it doesn't, like, you can't access it. You can't build any more stuff. So recommended is to build 1 turret at a time, but I know that requires more attention. So at the lower leagues, I mean, this probably isn't going to kill you, but if you want to get promoted, maybe don't queue up buildings like this if you're Terran. Like, supply depots are the same way. Queuing is just a way to get your money taken away from you when you're not using it for anything. It's not great. So 140 to 141 supply. This is pretty tight. I would say this is a pretty tight Brave Noob World game. The upgrades for both are looking all right. I mean, +1 air weapons is done for Simon. He's not working on any further upgrades, though, and that's +3 vehicle attack that Semaf is working for. So these Thors of +3 against air units with no armor upgrades is going to be problematic, I feel like, from Simon. I'm putting my chips in the Semaf basket here, right? Got extra bases, right? So he's got more income coming in for sure. And by that, I mean these numbers do not add up for more income, but bear with me on that. More bases generally is how that works. I guess this base has no saturation at all, so it doesn't really count as a base. Are we just going to max out and go for it here, boys? That seemed like what we're into. Semaf tried to win this thing early, couldn't do it. Pulls back, regroups. Once again, Phoenix just struggling mightily to get anything done here. How many Phoenix have died today? 13 have died. And they're good for speed, they're good for scouting, they're good for harassment for sure. I mean, he probably wouldn't have known about this base except for that. And Simon's expanding down this right side too. So, who's gonna move out? That is the question of the day. Who's going to move out and be the aggressive one at the moment? Well, I mean, nukes. Got nukes on the way from Semaf. So, yeah, spellcasting. I guess nukes count as spellcasting. I was thinking more EMP, which is kind of harder to get off in the heat of a game, you know? Also, Semaf continues to send SCVs out as scouts, which is maybe why his SCV count is not good as it otherwise could be. He's lost 6 of them today, and I think every one of those has died on the other side of the map, on the Protoss side of the map here. So yeah, SCV says, oh, there's another base coming up. All right, so Mass Thor +3 attack is done for these guys. He's got a couple ghosts in the mix, so he can throw down some nukes in advance of his attack. But we need to attack something, friends. Let's go. His SCV's like, hey, so you know about this, right? Yeah. Why not go kill that? Why are we slowly walking across the entire map to go to the 12 o'clock instead? I don't quite follow it. I mean, the army's in a position to kind of cover both of them. It's smart positioning by Simon, whether by accident or not, I don't know. But we're going for it. Forcing some kind of an engagement here is exactly what we have needed for a bit of time in this game. So, let's go. Let's not fly over cannons with our Vikings. Okay, not bad. Is he gonna... No, he's not gonna nuke off here on Simon's ball of army units, is he? That would, I mean, if there's a place that's going to happen, Brave New World is the most likely for it to be. All right, just taking cannon shots for no reason. Honestly, a couple siege tanks, I would not say no to that. But also, you there, yes. Cloaking. Moving out. Oh. I thought he was going to go for a more ambitious style attack, but nuking that stuff on the high ground is cool, unless... Is there no detection here, by the way? Ah, big time engagement. The nukes are going to land. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. double nukage there. There are no observers with Simon's army. That's going to be a problem for him today. So his 12 o'clock dies, not a massive deal. He's still got this base on the right side. What he needs is the ability to actually handle this many Thors. Oh, no. No, it's like he's baiting them. He's baiting them into the nuke. The ghost, that ghost died too. Are they in range of cannons? What happened? No, our nukes were stolen from us. Maybe they ran out of energy. I don't know. There are Thors in the back here. Scoot up your Thors. Dude, these Marines are like, we got this stuff. It doesn't really matter. Simon's entire army dies there. And I think that's your GG, man. Wow. So yeah, Mass Thor, pretty good against Tempest, it turns out, as expected. If you're ever wondering how that works, these Void Rays just outnumbered horribly. Prismatic alignment, great, yes. But the Thors, Mass Thor, like pro tip, if you're a Terran player in the lower leagues, go Mass Thor sometimes. It'll go well for you. Yeah? So GG, well done here by SemafConDP. Don't know exactly what that's all about as far as the name goes, but well done against Simon, who went for the weird comp. And then Semaf was like, I'm going to out weird comp you. I'm going to make 1,000,000 Thors. It's going to be 18,000 resources lost for me and a full 28,000 for you. And you're going to have a bad time. But yeah, 27 Void Rays, 5 Carriers, 12 Tempests, and 6 Colossus went down here today. No Zealots created, no Stalkers created, no Sentries, no Adepts, no Immortals. Ground units are for weaklings, except for Colossus. Colossus are good. But he's like, big ticket items, that's what we got to do against the Terran. And then realizing that carriers maybe aren't the greatest choice if you're not, if you're not a great player, which nobody is here, but hey, who among us are great players, right? So yeah, fantastic. I feel like Semaf could have won that thing a little bit earlier, but better to be safe than sorry. And I still am upset we got robbed on those nukes. There were nukes coming in. And then it didn't happen. We got those 2. That was cool. But, for the rest of it, stolen. Stolen from us terribly. Blah. But hey, on the end of it, really fun to see Mass Thors kind of wrecking Protoss. Not something we see a lot. But Immortals, right? Protoss, if your opponent is making Mass Thors, just make Mass Immortals. You'll win. Immortals do so well against Thors. Also like some Zealots, because you'll have a lot of gas left over. So charge lots and Immortals, just nom. They eat Thors for breakfast. In an A-move style situation, right? This is not me telling you have to do crazy spellcasting and weird compositions, man. Très bien. All right, cool. So that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void and a Brave New World. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.